Oklahoma is a school that we're high on, and they're at number 10 in the returning production rankings. Now, I think this is a difficult thing to unpack because Oklahoma last year, everybody knows it. People in Norman, Oklahoma know it. It was nowhere near their standard. Nowhere near their standard. To go 6 and 7, absolutely not. But with top 10 returning production, you have a glass half full or a glass half empty approach you can take. The glass half empty approach is what I said at the top of this thing, context matters. Hey, that's great, you're top 10, but you had a roster now that season ago was nowhere near good enough. So was it good to return production that was good enough for 6 and 6 last year? Probably not. To me, it's less about the production itself and what it equated to as much as it is the human beings that make up the production. Because the thing you can trick yourself into when you break down, these lists of production numbers and things of that nature is you forget there's actual human beings behind those productions. There's actual people that make up a culture, that make up a locker room. And so when we look at Oklahoma, I think it's about how much do you trust Brent Venables with what they bring back. Because to me, I'm looking at a group that I trust Brent Venables. This is a bunch of production that comes back from a roster that has been in the Brent Venables process, Brent Venables' way of doing things. That was why you hired him, right? You brought in Brent Venables because you believed in his way of doing things, his mentality, his blue-collar, hard hat, lunch pail, high-energy aggression, all those things. That was the reason you brought Brent Venables in. And so if that's the kind of operation he's been running in Norman, I feel good about the people that are still in that locker room that are coming back. The only difference is you bring in a quarterback now and an offensive staff that will actually be competent. And yes, you lose some pieces, of course. A Billy Bowman, a Danny Stutzman, there's no way to sugarcoat that. But I feel really, really excited about the way that they are trending because of the quarterback and because of the stability, I think, across the roster. A lot less you're hoping for. A lot less where you are rolling the guys out there and saying, we'll see if this floats. Because you brought back a lot on defense a season ago. Offense was very much so, we'll see. 5-star quarterback, that's great. Offensive line, we'll see. And we saw. Offense was horrific in large part because of, yes, the injury bug, but in large part because of the offensive line as well. So the point I'm trying to make here is I trust Brent Venables. I trust his process. And by nature of trusting the process, I trust the people that have been a part of that process. And I think they'll be in good shape there with John Mateer on the show in 2025.